Alright, so we'll start off by going into part mode. And what we're going to do here is to create a very basic example of a rim, just to show you some of the features that can be used to create this model. So I'm just going to be using arbitrary dimensions. You'll need to measure your actual feature or component dimensions using the calipers as discussed in the project assignment sheet. Starting off with a sketch of a circle centered at this origin, smart dimensioning. I see my units are not what I want them to be, so actually let me change that to millimeters here, and then go back into my sketch, and now I can change that to millimeters. Let's make this, like I said, I'm just going to make up some values here. So we'll go with 30. But you'll need to measure these on your own. I now exit the sketch. I'm going to create a cylinder from this. I'm going to select this sketch if it's not already selected. And we'll do 20 millimeters here. Okay, so I have my cylinder. I'm using the middle scroll button. Using the middle scroll button, or actually if I right click, I can access rotating the view so I can see what it looks like. I right click again and go back to select mode. So now what I want to do is to actually begin to remove the interior of that so I can get this to look more like the rim. So I'll do one side first and then I'll do the other. So I now want to do what's called an extrude cut to cut out what's in here. So right click, go back to select mode. I want to do an extrude cut. I want to select this surface here, so I set it, and then it automatically puts me into sketch mode. I'm gonna sketch this. I can draw this any size, then I use smart dimension to designate the diameter. So this was 30, so we'll do 20. No, that's too small. Let's do 25. Yeah, there we go. I can now exit that sketch, and you can see if I right click to access that, I can get an idea of how far in I want to go. Now this is I believe it was 26, so we'll do 15. Alright, right clicking again, I can go into rotate view. Oops. Right click again, I can go into rotate view. Oops. Alright, so I made that too big. Let me make sure. Oh, that was 20. Okay, so I thought I made this 15. That's big. Oh, I did 15. Actually, you know what? Yeah, 15. Alright. so now we've got this how we want it. Okay. So 15 there, and then let's create a bit of a protrusion there on the other side. So we're going to do this on this other side now, the same thing, but an extrude boss base over here. So extrude boss base, I select this surface, and now I can put in another here. Exit. Okay, and so now we're going to extrude that. And we'll do just 5 for this one. Alright. And then we'll want to do another extrude cut here on this face here. So extrude cut. Since that is 30, we'll make this one, let's go with 25. No, let's not go with 25. Let's go with 20. Okay. Exit that. And we're going to extrude cut that back down 5. That's good. Alright, so let's look at what we have. I'm right clicking to access this menu here, rotate view. Okay. Now, we need to create a bearing, if you will, to support the axle. And then also, if we wanted to put a pattern in here for the to make it a fancier looking rim, we need to do some stuff, some additional work here. We could also let me turn this around here. We wanted to make a let's actually put in a little fillet here, but remember the size limitations of the features. So let's see what we can do here. So I want to fillet, so I want these to be, like here, to be rounded. So let's see what we can do here. I'll click on fillet, and do 2. 3 millimeters. Okay. So you can see it's a little more rounded. So you get the idea. We could also do create the little lip around here as well, but I'm not going to do that right now. Instead, I want to show you how to deal with the inside of this thing. So let's see. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is create that, I guess, kind of inner bearing there to support the axle. And so let me do rotation. And we're going to do an extrude boss base on the inside here. So let me start that. I'll need to select a surface. This inner surface in here. I want circular feature and smart dimension it. Notice that I'm always picking that little coordinate system to center all of my circular features so that everything is concentric, meaning they have the same center. So we'll make this about 5. Make it, 5. And then I'm going to exit that sketch. It puts me right into extrusion mode. And we're going to do this at, I think it should be 20. But let me rotate it this way. And it's also not the right direction. So I can click this button here. It says reverse direction to get it to come out that way. Pretty cool, huh? I think so as well. So I have this now at, I don't remember. Oh, drats. So I've got a little problem here. I selected the wrong surface, it appears. So let me cancel that. Let me delete. Let me exit that sketch. Let me delete it. So you're getting some extra lessons here on this stuff. So just to be sure, let me select that surface. I selected the wrong surface, it looks like. Just rotate that. Okay, so I've selected that surface. Now let's do the extrusion. Let's try this again, exiting that. Okay, you see the difference. Let me rotate it a little bit so you see what's happening. Okay, so you can see that now I've selected the right one. So this should be 20. Or rather 15. Oh boy. There we go. Got it. 15. Okay. Alright. So I'm not going to show this, but you could then do another extrusion right here. Do an extrude cut to get the hole to actually push the axle through. Right in here. Okay? Again, I'm not going to do that for this. I'll leave that for you to sort out. The last thing I need to do, and I'm running short on my time here, is to sketch some, I guess, kind of spokes, if you will, on the inside of the rim. You'll see that in the model. What I'm going to do there is to create what's called a pattern, and then I'll create a feature and then use the pattern operation to actually create multiple versions of the same thing. So what I've done now is I've selected the right plane, and I'm going to request a view normal or perpendicular to that plane. Looks like I'm going to run out of time, so I'm going to continue this in part 2. Yes. Well, let's just go normal 2 first. And now I'll continue this in part 2.